Our family has used the medical center pharmacy as long as I can remember. You know him on a first name basis. It's like he's part of the family, he's part of the community, he's our friend.
Hey big fella, how are you? Are you looking for some candy? I bet that fella right there's got some. Ask him.
Danny's Pharmacy is probably one of the best known pharmacies around. The one thing you're going to see is you may not see his face, but you'll see his head bumping around behind that shelf back there. And he's always working. You can hear him talking directions, doing his thing, and everybody knows that you're in Danny's Pharmacy.
A small-time pharmacist is basically on call 7/24. I've gotten up, and I know Danny has, at 2 o'clock in the morning to go and get a pacifier out of my store because some mother has lost hers and her baby's just crying to kingdom come.
You can call up there with the stupidest of questions and say, can I please speak to a pharmacist? And they're going to answer the phone within 5 seconds and be more than happy to answer your question.
They take their time with you, they'll speak with you, they'll talk with you. They give you that individual attention that you're not going to get at a big box store.
He sponsors a program for the elementary school called BEAM.
BEAM stands for Bruton Elementary and Me. I really felt like the conduct was something that any kid had a chance to participate in. So every 9 weeks, if a kid meets the conduct level, we set up a store with yo-yos and silly putty and whistles and baseball bats, and the kids get to come through and pick their prize. Got what you need?
What do y'all tell Mr. Cottrell?
Thank you. You're very welcome. Keep behaving. If a kid's behaving, he's more than likely to be listening. If he's listening, he's more than likely to be learning.
It's just remarkable that someone would contribute that much to our school every single 9 weeks for 27 years.
You can get a prescription filled anywhere. You can go and buy front-end items anywhere. But you can't get somebody that's going to care about you and being as involved as you is your local, small, independent pharmacist.
The independent guys are the ones that use the local radio station, they use the local newspaper, they buy their insurance locally.
Small-town pharmacists are the community.
2008 was tough. It was really tough. We saw a lot of people, our customers, our friends, lose jobs, laid off.
Most of the big businesses worked very hard not to lay people off. In spite of all that, our economy really suffered.
There were several that went out of business.
To be honest, we were scared.
Well, it was right after the economic downturn that I heard some people talking here in town about Mr. Cottrell and how he was doing a stimulus program that was kind of original and different.
I had decided to try and do something to help my employees feel like we're not going anywhere. And then after I thought about it a little bit, I thought, well, maybe I can do something to not just help them, but to help the local economy. Of course, the bank looked at me like I was crazy when I asked them to order $16,000 worth of $2 bills.
When I heard about it, I wasn't surprised at all because Danny has always given to the community. He understood what the town was going through.
And when people heard that he'd come up with this idea, they were all excited about it. His employees were just, over the moon about the opportunity to participate in a project like that.
I basically gave them 2 instructions. They spend it locally and give 15% to somebody that needed it more than they did. And it just was unbelievable.
Those $2 bills were showing up everywhere, from the bank to the stores. They were out, and they were visible, and people were talking about it.
A $2 bill is not something you see on an everyday occasion. So when they started appearing, I was like, wow, where did this come from? And I actually saved those.
By the time it hit the wire the next morning, it really went berserk. There were news trucks here from all over that came to seek out their own versions of the story.
It was on the national news, it was on local TV stations. It made this community feel good. People feel good, they'll spend money.
It created such a buzz that people were willing to help each other. It's kind of like a pay it forward type situation. And it kind of, gave us a little light of hope.
I think it really struck a note with people across the country. This was a way that an individual, even on a small scale, could impact people in their community by shopping local.
It was something I was very glad that I did. You know, can I afford to do it again? I don't know, but it was the right thing at the right time.